What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lead Through Sports Spotlight, back with another episode with my guy, Rakeen Brown. And I'm excited. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and add my guy. Let's go ahead and add Rock. Ooh, I didn't mean to wave. Yeah, I just unadded you. My guy,
What's up, man?
Rakeen Brown. What's up with you, dog?
What's up, bro? What's good, man? How's everything, man?
Everything good, man. Everything good. I can't complain, just grinding it out. How things going with you, man?
Bro, I'm on the road right now, man. So I've been grinding, bro. Last couple weeks, bro. We'll jump into it though, bro. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot, man. I will say.
You out there. I salute you too, man. You doing some really good things out there, dog, making it happen.
Trying to, bro. Every day.
I feel it. So for the people that are new, let me just talk to you about what Lead Through Sport is. Lead Through Sport is a athlete development initiative that inspires student athletes to enhance their leadership skills and also use sport as a tool to navigate through life. And I'm bringing you and other former student athletes who have been successful in that realm and also who are successful post-college. And we just want to drop dimes for the people who are, coming up the same way we came up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has this, like, a lot of athletes have this, I got to go pro or I got to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're here, man. So tell me a little bit, more about yourself for the people. I know a lot about you. We go way back.
Yeah, we go back since we was like 9, bro. So yeah, that's you family. You family now, bro. But nah, from Virginia. I say I'm from Virginia. I was born in Syracuse, New York. Moved to Virginia at 9. Immediately, man, I fell in love with sports. As soon as I moved to Virginia, that's where I met you.
Yeah.
And I played at Bethel High School, same high school as Allen Iverson, for those who don't know. I came out of there in 2013 and continued my education at Delaware State, where I played there, and then I ended up finishing out at Catawba College. Yeah, man, I'm a 7'5", diehard like athlete, bro. Like this is where we come from, man. It's that competitiveness. When we go any place in the world, we put on for VA, we put on for the 7'5". So, yeah, bro.
Ain't no 7'5" wherever we go.
Everywhere, dog. Hey, hold on. Everywhere, bro. I'm in Maine right now. I'm in a hotel right now. I'm in Maine, bro. We put on everywhere we go, for real.
That's facts, man. 75. Yeah. Yo, who made that hoodie?
Well, this is a T-shirt, but Foreign Garments. My boy Lorenzo. I see his stuff. He got a lot of dope stuff, bro.
That's tough. So whoever's watching, you're not from the 7'5". The 7'5" puts on, and we from Hampton, to be specific. Right. So what sport did you play other than basketball when you were growing up? I know you played football.
Yeah, I started off when I first moved. I started off playing football. That was really my first love. But once I realized I wasn't gonna be as big as the other players was getting, and I started, I honestly was better at basketball as I got into middle school. I picked that. Got a couple injuries in football at an early age, and I was like, it's not for me. I'm gonna go to the hardwood. So that's kind of what I did, bro, and stuck with it.
I feel that. What was your favorite? Was basketball?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Football was my thing. But I seen the potential of what I could be playing basketball.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like I'm not 6'5" or anything, but I feel when I moved to Virginia, the thing that was inspired me was AI. So what I'm saying. So being my size and kind of being the player I was, that's what led me to stick with it. So.
That's real. So I imagine I was going to ask you what made you go to college for basketball, but I imagine your size and you having the love for the game and your skill set probably fit better for you, for college. You think? Is that correct?
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Like this being a competitor, bro, at this size, bro. That's where I was headed. You know what I'm saying? So everybody around me was hooping. You know, I have an older brother that played basketball, that played sports. And when I first moved to Virginia, like I was around some of the best players in the state at 9 and 10 years old on rip. So it made me want to compete, made me want to go harder, and it helped me develop that mindset early on.
That's
So
real.
yeah.
That's real. So let's move on to high school basketball. What was your mindset entering high school? Like, were you thinking about life after college at that point? Like, did you see yourself doing what you do now, or did you have a plan for yourself in high school? Talk to me about that.
Well, yeah, no, because I started playing at AU. But when I started getting some schools looking at me, like ninth grade, and you know, a couple players that are around me, and I had a couple mentors and a couple older players that were seeing getting recruited, and I seen that was possible
Uh,
to make it from our area, at whatever level, low D1, mid major, high major. I was seeing all kind of players come out of our area going into these different schools. So yeah, I definitely knew it was possible as far as basketball. But that's honestly that's really was my thought level was just basketball. Like I didn't have a plan B. If basketball didn't work, I'm gonna be honest. Like it was that was my goal. So it was like, all right, I'm gonna just make it to college, and that was my goal. So yeah, bro.
how you feel about this? I feel like there's a thin line between what Jay Bird say? Jay Bird funny as hell. But Jay Bird said about how I taught you how to play basketball. Like you was windmill in 8th grade.
Yeah, I did windmill in 8th grade.
That's super wild.
I
And you
started dunking it. I started dunking in 8th grade, huh?
I said you weren't that tall back then.
Bro. I haven't grown since the 8th grade, bro. I'm 5'9". I haven't grown not 1 inch.
That's wild. That's wild. But like I was saying, I feel like it's a fine line because when you're in high school, you're young and you don't want to think too far forward, but you also don't want to limit yourself. So how do you feel about, the younger generation not having a plan per se, but just having an open mind about doing things other than sports?
So one of the things that I wish I would have done differently was start thinking about that earlier. Not to jump, but fast forward when I got hurt in college, my assistant coach came to me and was like, start thinking about. I was out for 9 to 10 months. You know what I'm saying, with an ACL injury. He just said, start thinking about other things outside of basketball that you would like to do. Take your mind off of it, because that's not the end all be all. Like it's gonna stop bouncing at some point. Obviously there's different ways you can still be a part of the game, whether you're coaching, whether you're training, whether you're working in the front office for an NBA team. There's so many different avenues you can take to still live your dream. So I mean, yeah, I would just tell any young dudes like high school, pre-high school, you can be 7th, 8th grade, just experience different things outside of what you may be doing every single day. All right, you got school. You in 8 hours. You in school 8 hours in a day. You might be practicing between shooting around or between shooting, lifting, or just regular workout, maybe 4 hours. It's other hours of the day besides scrolling on your phone, which you could be doing. Finding other interests and developing those kind of life skills and just interest early. Because I mean, as you grow and develop, you're gonna experience some different things. So it's gonna be a lot of adapting that you're gonna do between 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade, and just put yourself out there, really, man. Just try as much stuff as possible. You never know what you need.
Do not limit yourself at all, man. You can't limit yourself.
You can't.
And I feel like a lot of athletes don't understand that. Like the ball is gonna stop even if you go pro. It's gonna stop at 30, 35, 28, 40. You have to have a plan B. You literally have to, no matter how you look at it. It may come earlier for some, it may come later for some, but you have to have something else in mind. That's very important.
Right. 100%.
So, what was your role in high school? What was your role on the court? I know you're the point guard. Like, talk to us about your role in, whether it was Bethel or Walsingham or wherever you were. Talk to us about your roles.
Yeah, just the floor general. I was more of a scoring point guard in high school. But yeah, just more of a floor general. Like, I played with a lot of great players, especially in high school. Aaron Baycoat was a great shooting guard. So honestly, he took the load off a lot of things I had to do. So at that point in high school, it was just for me to work on, being a leader, being a floor general, learning how to communicate, being able to direct the team, and just learning different ways how to win, sacrificing.
Mm-hmm.
As a point guard, you're gonna have to sacrifice. You're gonna be some nights you're not gonna score 25. You're gonna have to dish out 12 assists. You're gonna have to play. It's gonna be different. But that was my role, and I had to grow into that. Like early on, like I wasn't always vocal. I wasn't always, trying to be a leader. I had to grow into that. So, I mean, go for any other sport, quarterback, whatever, whether you're the captain on a lacrosse team, you got to be vocal. You got to learn how to lead at some point. Especially like young men, you're gonna have a family one day. You're gonna have to learn how to lead. So it's not just sports that it's gonna trickle down to. Like at some point, you're gonna be in a position, whether at your job or you're gonna be in a manager position, whether you're the CEO of a company, where you're gonna have to learn how to manage people, lead, figure out different ways to win, and just solve solutions. So
That's
yeah.
real. What do you see as the biggest difference between the student athletes when we were in high school compared to now?
In our area, are you asking? Are you just asking in general? I mean, with us, I would just say it was a different era with us because I felt like we knew where we was headed to. We knew what we were going to get out of it. We weren't just walking with purpose. And I could be speaking lightly and just for everybody, but I'm just going off the kids that I've been around, the younger kids that I've been around. I would just say just take it a lot more seriously. All right, like my friend group and my circle of friends, we all were headed in one direction. So now everybody is kind of scattered in a 7-5. Like certain sports have watered down. Players are scattered right now. So I would just say, man, just find your niche early. Get around the right people that's doing the right things. If you're around hoopers, you're gonna probably go hoop. If you're around the wrong crowd, you're probably gonna do whatever they're gonna do. But that goes for any area. But I would just say for our area, I know specifically, like Jay Bird, like every school had people that was you already see the trajectory of where they was gonna end up. Yeah.
I feel like these kids nowadays, they doing it too much for the gram and not really trying to get no scholarship. They trying to look cool. They want life. Like
let me make a point.
That's the biggest difference.
I never recorded any workout, bro. I lie to you not. Me and Aaron would go to the gym every day after school. There was no recording. There was nobody in the gym. We just worked, right? So I'm not saying that's necessarily the big difference, but that's something that obviously, why are you doing it, kind of thing. Like, why are you doing it for other people's approval to get their? Obviously, you do need to market. It's a different time. You do need to market yourself. You do need to put yourself out there if you're not getting the notoriety or the publicity coming out of your high school or your AAU team. But that's not the reason why you should be doing it. It should be everyday work, no matter if the camera's on or off. The work is going to show. You know what I'm saying? When you get in the game.
Work going to show regardless. You can't run from the work. You cannot run.
Yeah, you can't. You can't, bro.
So before we transition into the college talk, I got some random rapid fire questions for you that I did last episode. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions for about a minute. You gotta answer within 3 seconds. All right. They're gonna be mad. just so the viewers can get a better feel for you. All right. So
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Business suits or sweatsuits?
Sweatsuits.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Kickbacks or club?
Kickback.
Favorite animal?
Dog.
Favorite hobby?
I got a lot.
Favorite sport, non-basketball?
Football.
Your greatest basketball player ever?
Jordan.
Tiger Woods and Serena Williams. Yeah, Tiger Woods and Serena Williams. We'll get back to that. Tiger Woods and Serena Williams.
Serena Williams.
Hot coffee or iced coffee?
Iced coffee.
Mountains or beaches?
Beaches.
East Coast or West Coast?
East Coast.
Favorite rap group of the 2000s?
Wayne.
Okay.
Wayne.
I'll take that. Rugrats or Proud Family?
Rugrats.
Airplanes or car rides?
Airplane.
and give us one life lesson that you learned over the last year. That can be as long as it takes.
Just don't give up. Living your purpose. Like God's gonna tell you what your purpose is. Just live in it and keep going. That's it.
Yeah, feel that. That's real. So let's transition into college, man. What was it like? Your first time in college with the whole just having freedom. You ain't got nobody telling you what to do. Got girls running around campus. You can do what you want. Like, just tell me what that experience was like. You don't even got to touch on the basketball right now.
Well, yeah, I went to Delaware State. It was a HBCU. So for those who went to HBCUs, the atmosphere. It's almost like just a big high school. Like you got Delaware is on the East Coast, right above Maryland. You got people from Jersey, New York, Virginia, all those surrounding states, Pennsylvania, and I don't know. It's just fun. It's honestly just fun. The culture is just different. The way you learn, you get out of class, you might go into the cafeteria or wherever you at, and it's stuff going on for you. Not to take anything away from any other schools, but being people from our community, I mean, it's no better way to learn around your own people and the things that have your best interest and that interest you. So that, I mean, and then from a sports aspect, playing against other HBCUs and seeing other players that you either played against in the area, but you don't get no other experience than that from going there, bro. I'm not gonna lie. My first week on campus, I just enjoyed myself, just being new in a new city, in a new school, ready to experience new things. So, yeah.
I feel it. So you obviously went to both because you went to Catawba as well. So you've seen both sides of the spectrum.
Yep, I did it in high school too. So I went to a private school where I was 6 out of, you know, 350. There was 6 black people in the school out of 350 people. And I went to a public school where I went to Bethel. So I've seen both sides. And then I did the opposite in college. And I went to HBCU and I went to a PWI. So, I mean, it helped me. It helped me just kind of open my eyes early. Just getting diverse kind of interactions from everywhere, from everything. Yeah, bro. I don't have any regrets about where I would go or anything like that. But I just know I took away from every school, every interaction that I've ever came across.
I feel that. And when you say that kind of like made you like more of a diverse person, like when it comes to relationship building or being in an environment.
Yeah, because it's more reflective of the real world. So like, right? I mean, it depends on what your lifestyle, what you're trying to do in the real world. But right, I'm in Maine right now. I just looked up the demographics in Maine. It's 1.8% black people in this town that I'm in. 90% white. All right. Depending on where you come from, you might be feeling very, very uncomfortable where you are. So, I mean, just know you. I mean, the biggest thing is just to know yourself and have the confidence that you can be presentable in any room that you step into. So, and that's one of the things I tried to work on, and I seen early on, 6th, 7th grade, going to a private school and not seeing anybody in the classroom that looks like me. But just keeping the goal and the end in mind, like I just knew, like, all right, I'm here for a reason, and this is only going to help me and develop me. That was kind of my thing.
That's real. That's real. So talk to me a little bit about the student athlete process now. And obviously you went to a D1 and a D2. So walk us through your first stop at Delaware State. What was that process like, balancing basketball, grades, keeping up with everything? Talk to us about
that. I mean, for me personally, like, school was never an issue for me. I had pretty good grades. Honestly, like, that was the easy part. Right, like going to the classes, like you're gonna have your coaches checking up on you in classes. All right, you're gonna have to go to study hall every day. It's just certain things that, like, as an athlete, you should be holding yourself responsible to, right? And a lot of us will, knowing we need our academics to play basketball. Let's just go ahead and take care of this and make everything else easy. So that's how I went into college, right? I knew I would have fun, girls, parties, this and that. Cool. But all right, I have complete, you know, confidence in my ability to perform on the court. The academic part is the easy part, right? I mean, we're gonna be honest. It's not too many people who love just sitting in class and doing homework all day, right? So we have the mindset like, all right, I definitely if basketball or whatever sport that you're playing is the goal, just take care of your responsibilities. Hold yourself accountable. Hold the people around you accountable. And that's what I try to do. That's what our coaches did at Delaware State. They would literally come to the classroom and like make sure we was in there. They call us out if we had a bad grade. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is important because it does translate over into life. It's like the small things, but it matters. But as just a student athlete, man, just you gotta be able to go to class, or you might have workouts at 6 a.m. Then you have class in between 8, 9, 10, and you might grab some lunch. You might have another individual workout. You might have practice later. It's just a lot. Then you're gonna have homework or a test to study for or a quiz to study for the next day. And it directly translates to what I'm doing. It directly translates to what you're gonna do now after college. So you might as well develop some habits of writing yourself a schedule. Put yourself on the schedule. When you get out into the real world, you don't have no schedule. You're gonna be sporadic with your everyday moves, and that's how you know what I'm saying. So it starts there. It trains you to develop habits. That when you do transition into the real world, whatever industry you're in, you're gonna have to, follow a regimen. So
That's real. Accountability and sacrifice are two things that stood out, and we'll get back to that as we keep talking. But those are two things that the youngins really need to pick up on their journey. What do you think the biggest difference is between the college process and the high school process of being a student athlete? Because these youngins, they got to know. They think going Division I, Division II, they think it's all pretty. Division III JUCO, they think it's all good and cool, and they think it's just cool. But there's a lot that goes into it, and it's different. So talk to us about that a little bit. What's the biggest difference
between D1 and like D2, and just like transitioning into it?
Nah, between the process of being a college student athlete and a high school.
In high school.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. Your college, I mean, it's ran almost like a business, right? Like your coaches treat the team and the coaches and everybody around the team as he has to. If he don't win, he loses his job, or he has to do something else. So if I'm the point guard of Delaware State and I'm turning the ball over every game and we're losing, what you think is gonna happen with the coach? So it's more so ran like a business. Like like you said, bro, being accountable. Everybody has a job. Everybody has a role. You're expected to play that role. If you're a shooter, you come into college and they recruiting you because you're a shooter. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So do that to the best of your ability. But high school, I mean, you have the leisure to. You're probably the best player on your team, one of the two best players on your team, maybe even the conference or whatever, maybe even a state. So you're considered the man. Once you get to college, everybody was the man from wherever they came from, whatever high school they came from. You literally gonna start over. You're gonna go from your senior year being a man most of the time, and then you're gonna come into your freshman year having to compete maybe with a senior in your position. So it's gonna force you to work harder. It's gonna separate those who are gonna be great and not. So but yeah, it definitely ran a lot like a business in college. I mean, if there's money involved, it's a business. It's sports. So.
That's a fact. And you're not the only, like, almost everybody said that. So that's
And
something.
business is the ultimate sport. So, bro.
that's the fact. So let's transition to your career. Before we get to what you do now, give us a list of jobs you've had since you graduated high school.
Let's start. Well, I graduated high school. I worked in the summertime. College. I'll start with, I was an intern at the Hornets that transitioned into a marketing for me. And then transitioning from that to Enterprise. where I worked there for 3 years, and then where I currently work now at ADP. So
Now,
starting,
Ben talked about that enterprise grind. He said that joint different.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's not too many jobs out here that's gonna prepare you for any other job. That job is gonna make any other job seem like a walk in the park. Because of the hours, right? They like hiring ex-athletes. They like hiring people who are used to that kind of schedule. Like you might have to be to work at 6:30 in the morning. You might not get off till 6:30, but you're doing plenty of things during that day. You're helping customers. You might be cleaning cars. You might be on the phone with an insurance agent. Like you're doing so many different things throughout the day, bro. It's only gonna force you to work hard in your next job, or to not want to work at a job like that, and really just go harder on yourself, really, because that's what I transitioned into. I Right now I started a trucking company, and I use both of my jobs that I previously worked at to help me start that company, right? So obviously I saved up money and I invested and I started a company. But I took what I learned from Enterprise, the truck rental part. I worked for the truck rental as well. So we learned maintenance on trucks. We learned risk management. We learned how to manage the fleet, right? And then I work at ADP as well. And that's pretty much a company that helps support payroll for businesses. So payroll, health and benefits, workers' comp, stuff like that, retirement, everything that you need to help support your business on a day-to-day basis. So I just put those two together, bro. And I kind of jumped out there. But honestly, bro, like those 2 jobs, 3 jobs that I had, the Hornets I worked for free, didn't get paid. It was a grind every day. Enterprise was a grind every day. Nobody told me to get up. I had to get up and do it. But I used those jobs to network. I used those jobs. I seen people every single day. So I said, all right, I may not become the CEO of this company, but I'm definitely going to talk to everybody that walks in this door, and make sure that they remember who I am. That's how I kind of approach all of the jobs, but I just took bits and pieces from all of them, just trying to transition into my own. So.
And you speak about networking. You talked about how when you were in high school, you said that you weren't like, as vocal as you should have been earlier on, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And when you say like your time through sport from high school to college up until your job now, helping you build relationships, would you say that, sport helps you become more, not personable, but just help you, reach out to people, be able to start conversations without them coming to you? Do you think that helped a lot?
100%, bro. 100%. Like I got up every day and I wanted to get better no matter what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I just stacked days on top of days. So everything from my past, everybody that I came across, met, I try to learn from. And every experience that I get, I try to make something out of it. So it definitely helped me.
That's real. And those are the examples I'm looking for right there. That's a direct lead through sport. That's a prime lead through sport example. You do something for so long, it's time for you to stop that, start something new, and you're still using the lessons from your sport back in high school and college. It's going to help you take off. I feel like a lot of athletes, like they leave basketball, football, tennis, whatever it is, and it's just the past. You know what I'm saying? They don't take nothing from it. They don't do none of that. And that's basically wasting time. Like you wasted 4 years of your life and you didn't even learn nothing, dog.
Right.
You gotta take them lessons with you.
Right. I mean, yeah, like for me, bro, that was my main goal. Honestly, like what triggered with me is when I got hurt in college, right? It was my sophomore year. I got hurt in college, and I was like, all right, I still know my goal is to go play pro and everything, but this has kind of put a rock in the road, and I'm bad. Um, so like you got to keep going, bro. Whatever you're doing currently, right now, if it ain't where you want to be, keep going. But go back to where I was saying I got hurt in college. I didn't know, I was you're going to come to that place. I didn't know if I was going to keep playing or not, bro. Like, at that moment, you got to start building yourself and creating yourself for who you want to be, whether you creating yourself for 5-10 years down the line or tomorrow. But just stack days, bro. Don't let certain situations or coronavirus or whatever the situation is in front of you be your say for your life. You have the ultimate say for your life, bro.
Fact.
So
That is a fact. Take control of yourself. I like that.
yeah, dog.
The vision that you have now, where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years? Like, is it still doing the trucking business? Is it something else?
Yeah, any business that I start or be a part of, if I don't see myself doing it for 10 years, I probably shouldn't do it, bro. I want to start other different things, but I'm right now focused on the trucking, and just being in that industry right now is definitely evolving, and building that up. Right now, I just bought one truck, start off with that, and just. I'm jumping back in.
Good. That main Wi-Fi connection.
I'm back.
Hey, baby, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nah, it's my. I got a timer on my social media, bro.
Oh, facts.
So it popped up. But yeah, bro, I just want to scale up, man. And in 10 years, 5-10 years, bro, I want to see myself. Right now, I mean, I want a multi-million-dollar trucking company. So if I just keep going at the pace I'm going now, I eventually get there. I want to be able to create jobs for people. I want to be able to partner with different people. I want to be able to invest in other people's dreams. I want to be able to give back. I want to just take the time really to do all the things I love to do, like coaching, like training, still being involved with sports. And I know right now this time period after college, like just putting my head down and just grinding, just going. All right, I've taken certain risks. I don't have a family. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. I'm put my head down and just grinding. And my friends around me are all doing the same thing. So, I see all of us, just getting to the top in our respective industries. Really.
That's real. I like that. Before I continue with these last couple of questions, for anybody listening right now, I'm looking for somebody who played track. I need to interview somebody in track, man. If y'all got any names, drop that in the comment box. Send me some names in my DM. I'm trying to get a track star, not a track star, but somebody that ran track. Rocky, you know somebody that ran track?
Yeah, I know a few people. I know a few girls that ran track.
I want Maya.
Yeah, I could. Maya Moore is definitely a good one.
Yeah, I don't really know her like that. I remember from back.
Yeah, I can definitely send you some names of people I know.
So give me the 3 biggest lessons you learned through basketball.
Learn how to adapt. Like, it's gonna be changed every day, and I mean, it could be on the court. You turn the ball over, adapt, get back on defense. Change direction, get back on defense. It could be something in life that happens. Just learn how to adapt. Communicate. It's gonna come in every form, every single day. If we lack it, it's really a underrated skill that a lot of us lack. Communication. Learn how to do that, and just have fun with whatever you're doing. The goal is to win if you're doing it, and losing ain't fun. So whatever you're doing, have fun, walk in your purpose.
Got you. And if you had, I'm trying to see even that. Hold on. Steve, I got you. That's makes 23. All right, so last thing before we end, if you had just one thing to tell that student athlete that is going through the same path you went through, that wants to reach the heights that you hit in basketball, and they're thinking about being an entrepreneur, what would you tell them?
Be self-aware, learn yourself. I think that's something I feel like I was real about, who I was at a younger age and knew the areas in life that I needed to get better. So I looked myself in the mirror every single day. Um, if I made a mistake, I owned up to it. Be self-aware. Know your surroundings. Know where you're trying to go. I mean, that's really it, because that's gonna tell it all. Like, if you just be accountable, bro. That's it.
That's real.
And young ladies too, like the girls that's playing too. Like it ain't in all sports, whatever sport you're coming from.
That's real. I like that, man. And that entrepreneurship, like, no joke. Like that jump. Me being one, I know you in it now. That jump is no joke. Like people think that you have this. I feel like people think that you have a lot of time on your hands to do what you want, which is true to a certain degree. But you're spending a lot of your time building. Like there's a lot that goes into it, yo. Making connections, trying to get sales, making sure that you have all of your stuff right. People like us just starting, we don't have a lot of help. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
you
there's
don't.
so much that goes into it.
You don't, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, I've been traveling for like 2 weeks, bro. Just up and down the East Coast, and just trying to just you really got to utilize damn near every second of the day. That's why I brought up having a schedule. Putting like just knowing what you're supposed to do next. That way you can check things off. And stepping into the entrepreneurial world, like that's what I learned that I had to do every single day is make a schedule. Now I'm not missing. I'm not. Oh damn, I forgot to do this. No, I'm boom, 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 boom. I'm making it a goal. I'm writing it down, and I'm saying I have to complete these in order to move to the next spot. So, because it's going to change. You're gonna have to adapt. Something's gonna change every single day. Every day is different. So,
That's a fact. That's a
you
fact.
know,
Well, Rock, man, great episode, dog. I appreciate you coming on, man. I love chopping it up with you and giving back
yeah, bro.
knowledge. Man. We'll definitely do something again, for real, man.
Yo,
Let the
tap
people know
in,
where,
man. Let's
absolutely.
do it.
Let the people know where they can follow you. Like I know you got your trucking business page and all that. Let the people know where they can follow you at.
Oh yeah, Prolific Code Trucking, and I'll put it in the comments down at the bottom too. But follow that page, man. Just follow the journey, man. I'm just getting started. Been in the industry for a while, but just stepping into the entrepreneurial industry, or just out of it, man. Being an owner operator and running my own truck right now. It's it's the beginning of something that I've thought about for a while. So just follow the journey. I'm gonna be posting some content. But the everyday things that I'm going through, whether it's a breakdown on the side of the road, or I'm loading the truck, whatever it is. So if people are interested, reach out to me. Uh, we'll be hiring drivers soon, so let me know.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes, sir.
gonna
Love
put
it,
it at
man.
the bottom.
Absolutely. What up, J Marsh? J Marsh, that was a hot video. So you seen that video J Marsh dropped the other day?
Yes, bro.
That's yo.
He's different, man. He's GOAT.
Different. But nah, yeah, man. Salute to you, man. Y'all go ahead, follow me at @tscotty_. Follow my business page as well @_rise to the occasion. Y'all know I got a lot of life gems coming your way. Career coach, student athlete development coach, everything life development. Come see me, and I'll see y'all later. Appreciate you, Rock.
All right, bro.
Take it easy. Salute y'all. And now.